In a special room designed to block radio waves and prying eyes, engineers are testing a system that sounds straight out of a science fiction novel. It's an antenna. Designed to go on dozens of pilotless, zero-emission hydrogen planes, which would each stay airborne for 9 days at a time, circling the stratosphere, 60,000 feet up, delivering 5G to the country. This is part of an antenna. The full thing is about 3 meters by 3 meters, and they say that just one of these on an aircraft can give about the same coverage as building around 200 masts on the ground. The British startup behind the whole thing is run by the man who used to run the country's air traffic control. Richard, lots of people will see this and think, hang on, dozens of aircraft flying around with no pilot on board. How safe is that?
So safety is really the number one priority for this system. The aircraft will be under the control of someone on the ground for the takeoff and for the landing. During the time when it's up in the air providing the service, the idea is that it'll just fly around in circles, essentially, for up to 9 days on its own in a sort of automated manner. But of course, pilots can take over the aircraft if they need to, and there are multiple layers of safety backups should anything go wrong if the aircraft needs to land without any human intervention.
With a wingspan the same as a jumbo jet, the planes will be able to steer their beams to where the 5G is needed. One could cover the M25. 60 aircraft, they say, could cover the whole British Isles, both cities and the countryside. The antenna's built by engineers in Cambridge, who say it's much cheaper because one plane saves building 200 masts on the ground.
Terrestrial systems on the ground are good. We can get close to the user, but we need a lot of cell towers, so that's what makes them expensive, particularly in rural areas. Satellites are good. They're high up, so they can see a lot of the ground, but you need very large antennas. It makes them impractical for these sorts of performance levels. And so the stratospheric level is a sort of Goldilocks zone. It gives you really good coverage of the ground, but with an antenna which is practical.
With German telecoms giant Deutsche Telekom now signed up as a partner, they're hoping people could be making the first 5G calls via stratospheric drones by 2024. Richard Westcott, BBC News, Cambridge.